Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to go over with you a lot of the things that we did last year in our school year, in our lessons and stuff. Today is June 1st, so it's really exciting. I think this is going to be our last full month here. We're gonna be moving soon. Our offer got accepted on our house. If you guys have been following my YouTube channel, you guys would know that, we sold our house 2 years ago. We paid off all our debt. So we've been here for about a year and a half now. Hopefully these next couple months as we finish out the school year, packing up the house and get ready to transition into our forever home. It's really exciting. That's what's going to be kind of happening towards the end of this school year. Our closing date is literally right before we have our last 2 weeks of summer break. I take two-week summer breaks. One at the end of May, which we just finished up. Today's June 1st, like I said, so this is our last week off, and then we're gonna have our whole month of June doing school. The kids have so many summer activities and things going on their schedule. We still haven't the intention of doing school throughout June, and then the first 2 weeks of July. The last 2 weeks of July, we should be closing on the house and moving out. I get it done. I unpack so quick. I do not like clutter, boxes, all kinds of stuff all over the house. So I'm hoping that those 2 weeks should be enough time for us to unpack the house and all of that. That way we'll be ready come July 31st. I think that's the first Monday that we're going to start our new school year. So if everything lines up good, everything's going to be just as we planned, just with a little bit of moving in there. I'll show you guys stuff that the kids completed and just kind of our overall year in a nutshell. This year was pretty chill because we didn't have any moving going on. We didn't have any big things happening. We were able to focus, be at home, take trips. It was really nice. Years before, I was either pregnant or we were moving, or there was some sort of transition going on. So this year it was really stress-free. It was really nice. I didn't feel as stressed as I did years in the past. Obviously this could be for different reasons. The kids are this year we're in third, second grade. They're at an age where we can collaborate a lot better. They can tell me what they like, what they don't like. There's not tantrums or trying to figure out what's going on. They have really grown up so much where they can, express to me what they like, what they don't like, what's going on, if they're not up for it, and we can collaborate a lot better. I do have more help this year than I have in the past. My mom comes a few times a week to help me around the house, but also with Mavis so I could get schoolwork done with my older two. Mavis will technically be starting preschool next year, but that just means I'm going to have more intentional activities and time and things that I'm going to spend with her next year. This year was just very chill. I mean, it's going to continue to be pretty chill, but yeah, it's going to be a little more intentional next year. So yeah, I'll have a 4th grader, a 3rd grader, and a preschooler next year. Also this year I did all of my planning on my iPad, and it was nice because I was able to pre-plan a little bit. I'd be able to copy and paste things a lot easier, and it didn't take me as much time, but it wasn't as inspiring. I feel like when I like to be creative, and it's a little bit harder on the iPad. It's just not the same for me. I enjoy having my markers, my pens, my highlighters, all those things. So I'm definitely going to be doing a paper planner. I'll probably be using them together. Now let me show you guys what we completed this last school year. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have every week from week 1 all the way 32. I kind of stopped post-planning just because we're doing the same things over and over. We already finished a lot of our family subjects, and we're just doing things that we want to do. I have the kids pick out a book or two. We kind of look into certain things. We'll watch videos, documentaries. Very chill school. I'm not doing any printables or anything crazy. We're doing more hands-on stuff during the summer. They're spending a lot of time in the pool. So I take a more relaxed approach during the summer. We still do math, language arts, and Spanish. So that's pretty much what we've been doing. So that's why I haven't been planning. The last time I planned was for the week of April 30th to May 6th. The first 2 weeks of May, we went on vacation the first week. The second week I got sick, so like I said, we've just been doing very chill, light school. Technically, we have finished 34 weeks of school. When we started the school year, we were following the Torchlight curriculum for level 2. Okay, so as far as family subjects, we did read Igraine the Brave. This is the first book we started reading this school year. The kids loved it. We had a field trip to medieval times. We had never been there before. The kids had a great time. Here's a picture of us at medieval times. I got crowned like the princess of love and beauty or something like that. Randomly got picked in the crowd. We also were doing Curiosity Chronicles. The kids do not like this. They zone out. It's boring to them. They can't get into it. I tried to have them do another reading, like listening, because we do listen to the audiobook version, and even then they're not retaining any information. They're not having fun. They're not interested. So we're gonna put this off another year. I even asked them, like, well, what about this year? You think we'll, and I had them listen to another chapter and they were the same. So I was like, okay, well, we won't do it this year, maybe next year. We have the Curiosity Chronicles Medieval History, the Instructor's Guide. We also have the 2 workbooks. They don't like it, so we stopped doing that. But we did love Logic Land Game and the 2 Truths and a Lie. This one is the Alive one, and this one's the History one. Histories and Mysteries, I think is what it's called. Another book that I highly recommend that was on the book list for the Torchlight Level 2 is this book. I use this book almost every single time we do school. The No Nonsense Guide to Grammar. Mom, what's an adjective? And you know, Mom sometimes forgets. So I just turned to the adjectives page. Bam. Irony. This would be great for adults as well. Metaphors. Highly recommend this book. All these books that I'm talking about will definitely be in my Amazon storefront if you guys want to check them out and support. I also read Bayou Magic, but I don't know what happened and we just stopped reading it. Look, we got like halfway through and we just stopped reading it. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Maybe we'll finish reading this summer now that I'm remembering that we didn't finish this. The kids actually were liking it, so I don't remember why exactly we stopped listening to it, because we did have it on audiobook. If I can get it on audiobook, the $15 I spend a month on Audible or whatever is worth it, because it's so much easier. We can listen to it in the car, all that stuff. Don't know why we stopped reading Bayou Magic, but it was good. Maybe we'll finish it soon. I also did a novel study on Charlotte's Web, the book Tornado, and then also on the first Harry Potter book. I found novel studies to go with these books on Teachers Pay Teachers. Very affordable, and it was a nice way to kind of have something engaging for them to do during and then after each chapter. Some books that my 3rd grader read this year and she really loved. They were her favorites. She would tell me about every single chapter after she read it. The Wild Robot series. The 3rd book comes out in September. I already pre-ordered it for her, but yeah, we have to wait till September. So The Wild Robot is the first book. And then The Wild Robot Escapes is the 2nd book. She also really loves all the Dogman books. She reads these like in a day or 2, but she loves to read these. They're for fun. She has, I want to say, like 3 of them or 4 of them, but I just brought this one because it was the closest one here. I think this is the one she's reading right now. She rereads these all the time. And then the last one I want to share with you guys is this one that she really loved, A Wolf Called Wander. I meant for this to be more of a family book, like read aloud book, but she ended up reading it on her own and she really liked it, because this one and The Wild Robot are both like robots lost and trying to find its way. The book about the wolf, the same thing. So kind of sense a theme in the books that she likes, you know. So yeah, she really enjoyed this one as well. And now a few books that my 2nd grader read this year. Their book tastes are very different, so that's cool. I can give you guys a different experience for each child. So my 2nd grader is not a big novel reader yet. She read the first Magic Treehouse book. She really liked it, finished the whole thing, and then she went to the second one and she's like, don't really like this one, Mommy. I'm going to try the third one. Okay, try the third one, same thing. So then after that she's like, oh, I don't want to read them anymore. She's really picky with the chapter books that she reads, so she gravitates more towards these kinds of books. The story of, so we have way more than this, but these are the ones that I remember she actually read and she would tell me about them and stuff. Story of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Frida Kahlo, Barack Obama, Martin Luther King, Michelle Obama. So we have a lot of books. The Who Was books and the story of. So there's two different kinds. Like I said, all these books will be in my Amazon storefront, so you can kind of check them out on there, see what you guys like or what you guys are interested in. She really likes to read this, really likes to like just read about people's lives and what they accomplished and where they lived and their families and how they met their spouses and all those things that she really likes to read about real life people. So I would recommend this if your kid is not really into chapter books yet or at all. I don't really have a big rule on reading. I just require them to read something, anything, 10 to 15 minutes a day. They have their timers and they do that with their morning work. Okay, so we finished our 50 states unit study. So I was pairing the 50 states unit study with art and history from time to time. So depending on if I had a book that had a historical figure or someone that the kids were interested in learning about from that state, then we would learn about it, but it wasn't every single state. Also, I structured it as doing one state per week. I feel like I definitely could have done 2 states per week. Just the way that I was doing them, I wasn't doing them super complicated. They literally were doing 1 page per state. So yeah, they finished all 50 states. It took us from January 2022 to April 2023. So it took us a little over a year to finish all 50 states. So yeah, that's something that we haven't done before, stuck with something for so long. And to be honest, the kids were kind of over it the past couple of months, but I was like, we're almost done, let's just finish it. So yeah, that's why I say I feel like we could have definitely done it like twice a week, like two states per week. It would have worked out a little bit better. So they really, like I said, they like learning about people, about places, about real life. So this was really fun for them, and we branched off a lot, like I said, into other things, other people and stuff about the state. And this is the book that we used. Every time I show this book on my TikTok, I get so many questions about it. But yeah, it's a humongous book. It's really cool. Each page is a state. Really beautiful book. And then in the back, it shows like all of the flags. We finished that this year, so yay. We also did this unit on rocks and minerals, and we didn't finish it. We got about halfway through, so this is something we can still finish, but we got about halfway through with this. I used a rock and gem book, Our World in Pictures. I have this one. I also have the Elements one. I have Countries of the World. I have Trees, Leaves, Flowers, and Seeds. These are really cool books, these Smithsonian books. Let me just show you the other ones. This is what I mean by like, we'll pull books out and we'll just read about stuff and we'll talk about things, and it's nothing like super formal, but yeah, these are the books, the ones that we personally have. So we also took a field trip to the Tucson Children's Museum. On the way, we stopped to see some wildflowers. We also touched on economics. We talked about wants versus needs, goods, services, consumer and producer. This was a very basic way for them to understand the different terms and what they mean. I don't know where the other one is, but here's the Charlotte's Web novel study that we did. Here's the Harry Potter one. I have both of these. Something that I do is that sometimes if it's a lot of writing or the kids have done a lot of writing, I will write it for them as long as they're dictating to me. This was our first year using Explode the Code. My 3rd grader just finished the 6th one, like literally our last week of school before we went on the 2-week break. So she's currently on the 7th one. My 2nd grader's almost done with the 6th one. So they're trucking along with those, but yeah, they finished these 2. I also bought this printable on TPT. It's called La Casa, and it was just like all the words and phrases for a house, very basic vocabulary and stuff, and the kids would get 2 cards a day. We would go over the sentences, the structure, work on pronunciation, comprehension, stuff like that. So these are what that is. My 3rd grader also finished level D for logic of English, and it was pretty easy for her. I bought her the actual level that she's supposed to be in, but she definitely skyrocketed in her language arts and her English, her reading, her comprehension, all that stuff this year. She read lots of books. She's ahead in language arts. So this year I got her something different. I am going to stick with logic for my 2nd grader though, for 3rd grade for her next year. She also finished the Foundations Student Workbook Level C. So this is hers. So this is supposed to be for ages 4 to 7. So again, my 2nd grader also was a little bit quick going through this, but she does have dyslexia, so I'm gonna keep her on her level. It was nice. I only had to buy my next year 3rd grader the workbook for the level, so that was nice. I also finished their Singapore math for level 3A and 2A. Right now they're still doing 3B and 2B, the like 2nd semester. They're still working on those, and we could have been done by now with the Singapore Math B workbooks and stuff, but we decided to take a break from the Singapore Math and do Beast Academy. They wanted to do something different for math, so they did Beast Academy for a couple of months, and then we went back to Singapore. They wanted to do Singapore again, so they were doing both for a little bit, and then now they've just been doing Singapore. So I just reminded them yesterday, actually. I'm like, hey, you guys still have Beast Academy. You guys can still use that. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, they're going to kind of bounce back and forth. The Beast Academy is 1 fee a year, and then you can use it for the whole year. So that's why we still have it. Oh, and then we made these how to take care of a dog pamphlet. We don't have a dog. We don't have a pet. And we ended up doing this too with the tornado. We did a small novel study. It's a very short book, but we ended up doing this at the end as well. How to take care of a dog. And they both wanted a corgi printed, and we did it together, talked about it, wrote their ideas up on the board, and then they just copied it in here. Several hikes this year, and hoping to do more next year, to have more land next year, have more access to nature and to be outside, so that's really exciting. Also bought the whole history of the US books. We've read a couple of chapters, but we're going to continue. We're on chapter 11. So just to kind of show you guys this, I can do a whole video kind of talking about these if you guys want, but let me just read this first one. There are 12 books. So this is the first one, and let me read you the backs. The First Americans, Prehistory to 1600. So it says thousands of years ago, way before Christopher Columbus set sail, wandering tribes of hunters made their way from Asia across the Bering Land Bridge to North America. They didn't know it, but they had discovered a new world. Also, we had a lot of sick days when the new year started. We literally got sick the very beginning of 2023. So that kind of hindered our school time as well. I'm also going to be making another video talking about what we're going to be doing for next year. I already got everything in, so I'm going to be making that video right after this one. But for now, let me show you guys what we're still working on and hoping to finish up these last few weeks. So this is my 3rd grader's work. I'm not going to pull out my 2nd grader's work because it's similar. So they do morning work, which is journal and a book. And right now my 3rd grader is reading the 2nd Harry Potter book, and I picked up these summer journals for them. They're really cute. They have prompts and stuff, and before they were just doing journaling on their own. It's more like a gratitude journal. Sometimes we give them prompts, sometimes we don't, and you know, they just kind of write what they're feeling in here. So for summer, I figured to switch it up and make it a little bit more fun and a little bit less off of us if we don't give them a prompt. They sometimes won't do it. So I did pick up these summer journals. They're really cute. Here's a look at what the worksheets look like inside. So yeah, this is the first thing they do for school. And then, like I said, they're doing Explode the Codes. And then this is what she's doing for language arts. These are cool. I do like these workbooks because each day is a little bit of everything. So it's nice. I can see what they need help with and I check it and we go over things. And like I said, I'll use my no-nonsense guide to grammar book, you know, to help them with certain things, and Singapore math. So this is all we're doing for school right now, along with, you know, our activities and other things that we're doing outside of the classroom, the schoolroom. Obviously, I can't show you guys every single thing that we did, but those were a lot of our favorite things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about anything, if you guys are looking for anything, like I said, it'll be in my Amazon storefront. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!